Good morning. This is Anka Metcalf with TradeOutLoud.com. This is my pre-market game plan for major future indices, gold and oil for today, Friday, the last trading day of the week. It is November 11th, 2016, and it is 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to start with my favorite indice and E-mini, and this is YM is E-mini Dow Industrial Average. We had a tremendous move to the upside, take into consideration that we had a low on Wednesday night of at 17,418, and we managed to make a new high overnight 18,833 in the Asian session at 1 a.m. Eastern Time. We're retracing, which is normal because we, after such a tremendous move to the upside, we're getting very extended from the daily support levels. So therefore, shorts can be in play today, but only if we break below 18,695. This is going to be the entry area. Remember, once price retraces to this area, it can be either bought of this area. So if you know how to hedge, you could definitely do that. So it could even be bought from this area or sold from this area. What that means that if you're looking at it to be sold from this area, this is going to be your entry. So we're going to consider this as your entry, and your stop is most probably going to be 18,710, 18,715. That's going to be for a stop or a tight stop. Don't look for a really big follow through to the downside, but look for 18,600. Now here's the other side of the coin, long. So if we get a move up at the open of the New York session, and if we power up all the way to 18,775, this can be a potential buy area. I would even be bullish if it trades above 18,750. So that's going to be a big sign for me that it is ready to continue higher and challenge its all-time high at 18,833. That's going to be my first target. And I'm going to have a second target at 18,890. That's going to be my second target. So it does have fluidity to run into those levels. So this is for the short side. For the short side, like I've mentioned, I'm not going to look for a huge target, but I'm going to look for 18,600. We're going to see. This is going to be the line in the sand today. 18,694 all the way to 18,710. This is going to be a very, very key area in play here. Let's take a look at ES. And ES is slightly bearish. So it's not as strong as YM. YM, if we should get a dynamic move to the upside, my favorite remains YM. If we should get a move to the downside, more favorable trades come through ES and NQ, but we're going to talk about NQ in just a second. So ES coming in, not as strong, did not manage to make a new high in yesterday's New York session, and in the Asian session overnight, no new highs. So we have descending tops. We also have support level at 2150.88. And if we should get a turnaround at this point, this should be considered as a turnaround area, 2150. 2150.60 all the way to 2150. This is going to be that area. If we break above, I'm going to look for 2160. This is my least favorite trade for the day. Least favorite. Okay, least favorite, because we still have plenty of support area all the way into 2140. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to touch ES. My favorite is going to be YM. So I'm going to move to NQ. NQ yesterday had an extreme weakness. And this was based on the fact that you had stocks like Amazon, Google, Facebook, etc., that were pointing lower and that had a bearish reaction right from the open. In the late afternoon hours, we managed to come back, test the 4780 area, And then in the overnight session, again, weakness stepped in, pushed the price lower, but hey, it just kept this support level at 4680.70, from which it bounced. And now it's acting more bullish than ES and then even YM. If we're getting bullish reaction from NQ, NQ and YM are going to be our to go to E-minis. Okay, so for this to play out, I'm going to look for a potential long into 47.25 or 47.30 with about a 5-point to a 10-point stop in NQ. And I'm going to look for follow through to 47.50. I'm going to look for follow through to 47.80. I'm going to look for follow through to 48.03. I'm going to look for further follow through, obviously, for 48.50. These are the parameters. The price can go there. It can, or it can not go there. But it does have the traction and it does have the fluidity to continue higher. So therefore, these are our targets. If it's going to go there today or if it's going to go there on Monday, okay, the market will decide. For the short side, this is going to be a big reaction area at 46.80. If the price should come into 46.80 area throughout the day today, this is where I will become bearish. I'm not going to be bearish at 47.19. I'm not going to be bearish at 47. I'm only going to be bearish at this level of 46.80. That's when I'm going to start to be bearish. Again, the stop in this place is going to be probably higher because you're going to get a lot of volatility in here based on weakness if we're going to get there. So we're probably going to have a 20-point stop here. Okay, 80, stop over 4,700. Now you know to give it a little bit of breathing room. So if we break below this area, 46.80, okay, then we can come back and test 46.50, 4,600, 45.58. This prior low right here. Okay, these are the parameters. Let's take a look at gold. And gold coming in, stabilizing throughout the night. 1250 is support. 1260 right here, 10-point range. 10-point range, 10 to 15-point range right here. And it's just sloppy. It's just sloppy. So unless we break below the base, 1250, 1250 can be a short and your target is 1240. Unfortunately, your risk to reward is 1-to-1. So what are we going to do? Obviously, we're not going to take the trade. If we break above, and I think that if the market is going to power lower, which I doubt it, it's possible for a pullback, but it's extremely strong. We can take the breakout at 1264. 1250 for the stop, but again, this is going to be more of a swing trade, and you're going to look for a target into 1280 and 1290 and back into the 1300. Okay, but this is the scenario. GC is not going to be in play for a day trade. And last but not least, CL. Okay, oil, very, very weak. It's been messing around on the daily chart, hovering between that 100% retracement, which is here at $43. And the market is open, and no rush, because we have our parameters, okay? And it's just messing around with that $45 area as well. So it's been choppy. So it's a chop between $45 and $43. We might see a continuation lower, which it did. It found a cap at $44 from which it broke down, this bear sandwich that you see here. So it broke down into this area, and it can have further traction to come back all the way into $43. This was all for today. Remember, tomorrow is the start of our 7-day power income day trading and futures class. Registration for this class that we're never going to offer again at this price with the swing trading included is going to be so the class is scheduled for Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time. And then we're going to have a trading lab Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. Eastern time. If you want to learn more, you could visit our website at tradeoutloud.com/futures. Or if you want to sign up, You gotta email me fast, info@tradeoutloud.com, because um, registration is going to end at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So see you next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.